What a beautiful day. I hope it stays this beautiful. Oh great, there goes the governor. My day's already ruined. This guy doesn't even know anything. He called a tomato a vegetable yesterday. You didn't hear that, did you?
Guards! Guards! This man insulted the governor!
Ah, crap.
You there! You're under arrest for insulting the governor.
Wait, what? I didn't do anything.
I heard every word. He called our governor stupid.
That's more than enough.
She wasn't even looking at me.
Save it for the executioner. Move. Any last words?
Tomatoes are fruits.
See? That's what happens when you insult the king's authority. If you lived in the Achaemenid Persian Empire, around 550 to 330 BC, openly insulting the king, or even high-ranking officials acting in his name, could be treated as a serious political crime. Depending on the ruler and the circumstances, it could even be considered an act of treason. And trust me, you did not want to be accused of treason. The lucky ones were simply beheaded. Others could be hanged in public as a warning to everyone else. And if the crime was considered especially serious, historical records describe punishments like impalement, a brutal execution method where the victim was placed on a sharpened stake and left on display for everyone to see. The whole point wasn't just to punish you. It was to terrify everyone else into obeying the king. So yeah, maybe keep those whispers to yourself. Now, think scratching a tiny bit of silver off a coin sounds harmless? Not in medieval England. Around 1279 AD, during the reign of King Edward I, people discovered they could make money by shaving tiny pieces of silver from the edges of silver coins. One coin didn't seem like much, but after hundreds or even thousands of coins, those tiny shavings added up to a fortune. The crime became known as coin clipping. To the king, this wasn't just theft. It was an attack on the kingdom's currency. If people stopped trusting the value of coins, the entire economy could suffer. That's why coin clipping was treated as high treason. If you were found guilty, you could be dragged to the place of execution and publicly hanged for everyone to see. Your property could also be confiscated by the crown, leaving your family with nothing. The public execution wasn't just about punishing the criminal, it was a warning, a message to everyone watching that even the smallest attempt to tamper with the king's money could cost you your life. So, next time you look at a coin, be glad nobody's checking if you scratch the edges. Think taking a quick nap on the job is bad? Try doing it in ancient Rome. For a Roman soldier, falling asleep while standing guard wasn't just careless. It could leave an entire camp defenseless. One sleeping guard could allow enemies to sneak in, attack without warning, and kill hundreds of soldiers. That's why sleeping on guard duty was considered one of the most serious military crimes. And the punishment could be death. One of the most feared punishments was called Fustuarium. The condemned soldier was brought before the rest of the army, where his own fellow soldiers beat him to death with wooden clubs and staffs. The punishment wasn't just meant to kill the guilty soldier. It was meant to remind everyone else that even a single moment of carelessness could cost an entire army their lives. So, maybe staying awake was the better option.